Okay, welcome back everyone. Today we're doing something a little different. Instead of starting with ethics theory, we're starting with a resume.
Which already feels like a personal attack.
This is an emotionally unsafe environment.
So, whose resume are we reviewing?
Mine, and I want honest feedback, but like pre-career fair honest, not handshake rejection at 2 a.m. honest.
All right, opening it now. Okay, first of all, clean formatting, one page, perfect margins. This resume has definitely been through the UNC Career Services review at least 3 times.
Yeah, this resume smells like LinkedIn Premium and a Keenan Flagler info session.
Hold on. Under leadership and service, you donated the money to help build Bell Hall?
I believe in investing in student success.
You're the reason we were having 8 a.m. finals in that building.
So, if I ever cry in Bell Hall, that's kind of on you.
Wait, why does it say you're the number one pickleball player in the world?
Footnote, world defined as Cary, North Carolina.
That still counts. Cary is basically the Olympics of pickleball.
This is wild. Internships, leadership roles, and your Ramses. And then this bullet increased operational efficiency by 250%.
What operation?
I color coded my group's Excel file.
That is harder than any consulting case.
You even quantified it. Reduced missed deadlines, improved team morale.
This resume is actually offensive. Like, why are you disqualified as a junior?
You listed hobbies too, but in a professional way? Recreational endurance training?
Is that just walking up the hill from South Campus?
Exactly, high intensity.
Also, you didn't write responsible for anywhere. Everything starts with an action verb.
This resume has never calculated what GPA it needs on the final to pass.
If I were a recruiter, I'd at least interview you.
At least, I'd assume you already had an offer from Deloitte.
So we're all in agreement. This resume should get the job.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now let's imagine I'm applying to this role. Entry-level business analyst, 0 to 2 years of experience, strong communication skills, Excel, teamwork.
That is literally you.
You're the target audience.
This job was made for you.
All right, resume uploaded, cover letter uploaded, feeling confident, feeling hopeful. Oh,
Already?
yeah, that was fast.
What does it say?
Thank you for your interest. We regret to inform you that we've decided not to move forward with your application.
No way. That was faster than the yik yak jokes about Bill Belichick's girlfriend.
That was what, 5 seconds?
There's absolutely no way a human read that.
Exactly, that was definitely an auto rejection.
So this is where ATS AI scanners come in.
Applicant tracking systems, basically software that filters resume before a human ever sees them.
They scan for keywords, formatting, job titles, years of experience, sometimes even things like resume length.
So we all just agreed my resume was strong, but the bot didn't.
Which means the decision wasn't about your actual qualifications.
It was about how well your resume talked to a machine.
And that's the ethical dilemma.
Let's analyze this using utilitarianism.
Utilitarianism is an ethical framework that focuses on outcomes, specifically what produces the greatest good for the greatest number.
So instead of asking, is this fair to Josh? Utilitarianism asks, does this system benefit society overall?
From that perspective, ATS actually makes sense. Companies get thousands of applications. Humans can't realistically read all of them.
ATS saves time, money, and resources.
It reduces recruiter burnout and speeds up hiring.
So, utilitarianism might say if ATS helps companies function efficiently and keeps businesses running, that's a net positive.
Even if some people get unfairly rejected?
Yes, because utilitarianism accepts some harm if the overall benefit is greater.
But here's where utilitarianism starts to crack.
The harm isn't random, it's systematic.
ATS often disadvantages career switchers, first-generation professionals, people without insider knowledge of resume optimization, and marginalized groups whose experience doesn't match narrow criteria.
So the people already doing well keep benefiting.
And the same people who keep getting filtered out.
Which means the greatest good might actually just be concentrated at the top.
Exactly. Utilitarianism assumes happiness is evenly distributed, but here, efficiency benefits corporations, while emotional and economic costs fall on the applicants.
Okay, so utilitarianism is very much like, sorry, Josh, you're a casualty of efficiency.
I love being a statistic.
There's another ethical framework that hates that logic.
Enter deontology, specifically Kantian ethics.
Kant basically says outcomes aren't everything.
Kind of. Kant's big rule is that people should never be treated solely as a means to an end.
Which is already bad news for ATS.
From a Kantian perspective, ATS has a huge problem.
Because it reduces applicants to keywords, formats, and checkbox boxes.
You're not a person with experiences. You're a PDF with vibes.
So instead of being evaluated as a whole human,
you're being used as input data to make hiring faster.
And Kant would say that's unethical, because applicants are being treated only as a means to corporate efficiency.
There's no transparency either. You don't know why you were rejected.
No explanation, no chance to respond, no dignity.
which feels rude.
Kant would argue that even if ATS works well, it's still morally wrong if it violates respect for persons.
Okay, but let's be fair. Is there any way deontology could defend ATS?
Maybe if the system treated everyone equally.
Like if the rules were transparent, consistent, and didn't discriminate.
So if everyone knew the rules of the game and had an equal shot,
then ATS might pass the contest.
So let's compare.
Utilitarianism says ATS is okay if it helps companies hire faster and saves resources.
Deontology says ATS is not okay if it strips applicants of dignity or fairness.
Utilitarianism is focused on outcomes.
Deontology is focused on principles.
Utilitarianism is like, some of you may be sacrificed.
But that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
And deontology is like, actually, no, that's illegal ethically.
Surprisingly, these two lenses can agree sometimes.
If ATS were designed better, more inclusive keywords, human review checkpoints, transparency,
then utilitarianism would like it because it still improves efficiency.
And deontology would like it because people aren't treated like resume-shaped NPCs. What bothers me is that I don't even lose to another person.
You lost to an algorithm.
An algorithm that doesn't understand potential, growth, or context.
And utilitarianism doesn't fully account for dignity and how it feels to be rejected instantly without explanation.
So is ATS ethical?
From a utilitarian perspective, maybe, but only if it truly increases overall well-being.
And right now, it seems to prioritize convenience over fairness.
Efficiency over humanity.
The irony is that the system meant to find the best people might be filtering them all out.
And utilitarianism forces us to ask who actually benefits from that greatest good.
Because if the answer isn't everyone, maybe the system needs rethinking.
So, moral of the story?
If you're applying for a job, don't write for humans.
Right, like
a
a bot.
Like a bot.